South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early Pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late Pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our Pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record Pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Well, alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Friday. We welcome you. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio station at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital, and the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. And we invite all of you, if you haven't already tried it on YouTube. You'll have a lot of fun doing it, that's for sure. And, of course, those running around town here in Las Vegas trying to get a head start on the weekend maybe, listening to us on our local radio station, our anchor station, Sports Talk, 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. All the websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas, .world, .global, they all go to one place on our Race Day website that you can hear us through KSHP. And, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting as well. And we cover your devices, your iPhone, Android, and Google phone with the apps. Just go to your app store. You can pick up the radio station at the KSHP app store. And, of course, YouTube, you can get that as well on your app store so you can see and hear us. Anyhow, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to the show, and including those folks that are listening to us on podcasting around the country, all over these podcasting sites. So welcome to the show, however you get us. All right, look, it's Friday. We're looking into the weekend. A couple of nice stakes races going on at Del Mar, a Breeders' Cup winning or in race, of course, the Bing Crosby, and the San Diego also on the card on Saturday, tomorrow at Del Mar. Tomorrow at Saratoga, the Jim Dandy, and of course that'll be the race that is the prep, as you know, for the Travers Stakes that comes up a little bit later on in the week, and of course that's a big one there. The Jim Dandy, which will feature the Kentucky Derby and Belmont Stakes winner Sovereignty, and he'll have to, I guess, run a winning and a productive winning race, and a race with a little bit of solidness to it, I guess you might say, because of what journalism did last week in the Haskell. So these two will keep pumping away at each other. Of course, as you know, Sovereignty has the upper hand here because he won the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont against journalism. But journalism has been improving, and so it's going to be really fun to watch these two horses make it into the handicap division later on this year. And, of course, got to be the showdown if all the parts stay in the right place here. It's got to be a showdown with the older horses in the Breeders' Cup Classic. That could be a goodie this year. It'll be held at Del Mar, and we'll be covering it Las Vegas style right here with our seminars and special shows as well. And, of course, along with those races, we got, exciting stakes races around the country and a lot of good, solid betting cards. Now, you know what happened a couple of days ago at Del Mar. Del Mar was like the crazy long shots, just nutty long shots that were happening. Well, we got the exact opposite yesterday at Del Mar. A lot of favorites were winning there. I'll get to that in a minute. But in any case, Del Mar goes from unbelievable long shots to disgusting favorites, really, if you want to know the truth. I mean, I know that we all like to bet favorites when they're horses that we really do believe are horses that'll win, but getting those favorites in bulks just doesn't make the payoffs worthwhile, that's for sure. All right, a couple of things, some news I want to get to right away. First of all, weather. Weather's going to be a big factor today at Saratoga, because this is what we have. We have it's like clear, and then we're going to have some rain coming in and showers at Saratoga, and then it's supposed to clear up again. The exact timing of this nice rain, nice situation could be flexing a little. and we may get who knows if we're going to get the turf races off at Saratoga. You just don't know yet. That's all. It's just it's the typical Saratoga weather. Hang around 10 minutes. You don't like the weather, it'll change. That's what's happening today at Saratoga. It's a very influx situation as far as the weather is at Saratoga. Del Mar's not going to have a problem. Okay, Del Mar, the weather's going to be fine there. It's going to be 80 degrees or so in Southern California. Here in Las Vegas right now, it's beautiful outside, 78 degrees, 78, just perfect outside right now. And we're going to get up to 102 today. 102, you still stay hydrated. It's not an extreme heat warning, but it is hot. So remember to stay hydrated, 102. And of course, in the book, it's always fast, firm, and perfect. As far as the top temperature around the country today, it'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. Again, it'll be 108 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. But I got to tell you that along the way, you got El Paso, Texas at 100 degrees. So it's right in there that the pocket in the Southwest is really getting, it's where the heat is the most, that's for sure. Miami's going to be 89. New York City's going to be 97. That's pretty hot for New York City, 97 with the possibility of some of that rain that's going through Saratoga, getting through New York as well. Chicago's going to be 82 degrees. Denver, Colorado, how about that? 91 degrees. And believe it or not, Salt Lake City is going to be 95 today. So you kind of get the weather there as far as that's concerned. But for the racing centers, we're talking about Saratoga with that give and take stuff going on at Saratoga as far as the weather. All right. We want to congratulate Gabby Gaudet. She is part of the television crew at FanDuel for their racing coverage there. She has been named the Director of Communications at Keeneland Racecourse. Deservedly so. She does a good job, that's for sure. So congratulations to Gabby Gaudet there, now the Director of Communications at Keeneland. This story makes me feel good. Old guy like me feels good. Perry Oots. This jock is 71 years old, okay? And he has been riding for a long time. But he's on the verge of holding a record for the most mounts in a career of a jockey. Now, right now, Russell Bays from Northern California fame holds that record of 53,578 starts. That's what Bays had before he retired. He rode 53,578 times in competitive racing. 53,000 plus starts. Well, Perry Oots, racing at Balterra right now, is approaching that record. They say with the mounts that he's scheduled to ride between now and then, that sometime next week, he's going to surpass that all-time record of Russell Bays's at Balterra Park. Perry Oots, 71, and still riding. Makes me feel good. All right, here's the serious story. Colonial Downs yesterday. It was the 7th race. There was a horrendous-looking spill in the 7th race at Colonial Downs. I won't get into the horses or anything else, but I will get into the jockey. Tyler Connor went down in the spill, and he laid dormant there on the ground for a while. When the first aid got to him, and when they first got to him, they asked him, and he said he had no feelings in the bottom half of his body. No feelings in the bottom half of his body. They rushed him to the hospital. The medevacs people with the helicopter rushed him to the hospital. And by the time he settled into the hospital, he started getting the feeling back in his legs. Thank you very much. Got his feelings back in his legs. They said that he had fractured his neck and the C1 vertebrae in his neck. He has contusions, and I think he even broke his nose in the spill. And so he is now in the hospital, and they're waiting to, get him repaired as much as they could. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Tyler Connor, who escaped a very serious, debilitating spill. It looks like he'll be okay as far as getting his facilities back. So much concern, and rightfully so, was of Tyler Connor's condition that the racetrack decided to cancel the final 4 races on the card, okay? So the final 4 races on the card were canceled yesterday at Colonial Downs. So they ran through the 7th race spill, and then they canceled the final 4 races at Colonial Downs. They are expected to resume racing today. Okay? Very serious stuff. You know, we all tend to criticize jockeys, and as the people who pay the bills, as handicappers, as players, we have a right to criticize the jockeys and some rides they give horses. We never have the right to wish them any bad luck. Okay? It's really that simple. You want to get mad at a jockey? Fine. But let's get them around that racetrack nice and safe and get back home nice and safe as well. All right? All right, on today's show, we got Jonathan Hardoon standing by, Rich Eng, John Lindo, and, of course, Jerry Jacovitz. And we'll have your racing menu coming up next. And right now, I think we'll go to our first break. And when we come back, we'll get started with your racing menu and take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the country. And, of course, you're more than welcome to join us on YouTube. Get to the YouTube page of Race Day. You'll see the chat box on the right-hand side of the page. And you're more than welcome to chat away with all the chatters there. These guys do a great job. They chat away on the chat box there, and they give some good information from their part of the world as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, just hit subscribe. It's free. That's the only way you can get in the chat box to subscribe. And once you subscribe, then you can start chatting away. And we'll be chatting more away to you right after this. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. Join us for one of our biggest nights of the year, California Breeders' Champions Night on July 26th, with a full night of stakes action, with the Governor's Cup Futurity led by the super talented filly, French Valley, plus top qualifier, El Dictator. The Governor's Cup Derby will have a lineup of accomplished runners, plus the ageless Cattail Cove could also be in action. It's the track of sunsets and stars, Los Alamitos Racecourse, California Breeders' Champions Night.
Alrighty, back on Race Day at Las Vegas. Time to take a look at what happened yesterday. First of all, we'll go to Saratoga. Saratoga yesterday. Irad Ortiz Jr. had a big day. He won his first race of the day in the second race for Todd Pletcher at $5 even. Came back in the third race. Won that for Dale Romans, paying $3.60. Manny Franco started out his first of 2 wins on the day in the sixth race for Chad Brown's first winner of the day, with Jerry Jacowitz reverse play in the sixth race. Now, Jerry's key play, Nina K, ran second, but Franco and Brad Brown's horse was one of the link-ups, Collect the Data. Now, Collect the Data won and paid $18.80 for Franco and Brown, okay? So you got the reverse exacta, and then one of the link-ups ran third. So if you did the reverse, like we always tell you to do, it's sometimes better to get beat by one of the reverse horses if they pay well to your key horse. You'll actually get a better payoff. And that's what happened yesterday, because the 1880 winner, which was one of the link-ups to Jerry's key horse that ran second, which was Nina K, the dollar exacta paid $41. The 50-cent trifecta with the third place finisher in the race, which was another long shot in the race, That trifecta came back $147 for 50 cents. Okay? The reverse play, Jerry J, in the 6th race yesterday gave Franco and Brown their first winner together. And then Ired Ortiz Jr. came back for his third win for Brendan Walsh in the 8th race, paying $6 even. Ired then got his 4th win of the day in the featured Curlin Stakes aboard Chancer McPatrick. Remember when we were talking with Jonathan yesterday, I said, don't forget Chancer McPatrick. Well, Chancer McPatrick won the Curlin, giving Ired Ortiz Jr. his 4th win on the day, giving Chad Brown his 2nd win of the day. As a matter of fact, Chad Brown finished 1st and 3rd in the race. 2nd place finisher went to So Sandy. 3rd place finisher, Strategic Focus, was another Chad Brown trainee, so he finished 1st and 2nd. The winner paid $10.60. And then Manny Franco came back to get his 2nd win of the day in the last race with Chad Brown. So Manny and Franco and Chad Brown had 2 wins together yesterday. And Chad Brown, of course, got his 3rd win of the day with that win in the 10th race, paying $9.10. The pick 6 yesterday, here's the prices. $3.50, $18.80, $38 even, $6 even, $10.60, and then $9.10. The pick 6 got hit, and it paid $147,713.50 yesterday at Saratoga. All right. Del Mar, first race winner. Juan Hernandez got his first win of the day in the first race, paying $11.20. That was the highest priced winner on the day at Del Mar, $11.20. Jerry Hollendorfer was the trainer. Jerry Hollendorfer's last Del Mar winner came on November 18th of 2022. Not only that, it was Jerry Hollendorfer's first winner of this year. That first race, Current Affair, winning for Jerry Hollendorfer, Juan Hernandez at $11.20, highest priced winner of the day. The 4th race, give Ruben Silvera his first Del Mar win ever by guiding Regal Patrol to the win for Steve Knapp, paying $3.60. The 7th race gave Juan Hernandez his 2nd win of the day on a Bob Baffert trainee, Splendora, who paid $3 even. Baffert ran 1st and 3rd in that race. He ran 1st and 2nd in that race. His other runner, Udi, finished 2nd. $3 winner there for Hernandez, 2nd win of the day. And that's just about the way it went all day yesterday. I mean, there was $11 horse was the highest priced winner. So, everything paid low, including the pick 6. That was $316.90 for the pick 6 yesterday at Del Mar. Enough said about that. Now let's get started with the racing menu of racetracks available today. As I said, racing around the country except for Saratoga. Looks like it'll be great weather all over the place. We'll wait and see about Saratoga. Okay, here's the racing menu today. Remember, we remind you, first post times are that of the Pacific time zone because that's where we're at here in Las Vegas. These will be the first post times rolling out in the race book here at South Point. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it no matter where you're at. Tweak it out so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. First post times are Pacific. Okay, we begin with Belterra Park. Belterra Park has 8 races today. Their first post time is at 8:15. 8:15 at Belterra. Delaware Park. Delaware Park has a pick 5 carryover. $48,647 in the Delaware Park pick 5 carryover today. 8 races, first post time is at 9:30 at Delaware Park. Gulfstream Park, pick 6 Rainbow Jackpot carryover there, stands at $39,799. 9 races, first post time at Gulfstream is at 9:50. Woodbine, north of the border, Woodbine. Their first post time for 9 races is set at 10:05, 10:05 at Woodbine. Then we get to Saratoga. Will it be sunny Saratoga or soggy Saratoga today? We don't know yet, but Saratoga's first post time is at 10:10. The feature race today, thankfully, is on the main track anyhow. It is the Grade 2 Amsterdam. It goes as the 9th race on the card at 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds. A field of 8 in that race. It's a good competitive race. The morning line favorite Macho Music breaks from the rail with Ired Ortiz Jr. aboard in the 8-horse field. No late scratches in that race yet. 10 races today at Saratoga, and a first post time at 10:10 at Saratoga. Monmouth Park has 8 races from the shores of New Jersey. Monmouth Park's first post time is 11 a.m. Colonial Downs resumes racing today. Colonial Downs has a first post time of 1 o'clock this afternoon. 8 races at Colonial today. 5 of them will be on the turf. Colonial Downs' first post time is at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock today at Colonial Downs. Penn National, Penn Nat. They have a first post time of 8 races set at 2:45. 2:45 at Penn National. Evangeline Downs has 9 races, and their first post time is at 3:30. 3:30 at Evangeline Downs. Charlestown. First post time is 4 p.m. at Charlestown. They have a pick 5 carryover at Charlestown. Also a pick 6 carryover. But they got a regular pick 5 carryover at Charlestown. $31,416 from some wild racing there. Pick 5, regular pick 5, $31,416. Their pick 6 jackpot carryover, $20,394. First post time at Charlestown for their 8 races today is at 4 p.m. And we get to Del Mar. Yes, I'll bet you were wondering, where the heck was Del Mar at 2 o'clock? Well, Del Mar has a twilight post time today, folks. Their first post time at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf and certainly close to being a sunset today, is at 4 p.m. 4 p.m., first post time at Del Mar. Their feature race is the $150,000 Fleet Treat Stakes for 7 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies, where a field of a dozen have been entered before any scratches. And in that race, the favorite, lukewarm at 5-2, is Almond Joy. That is in the 7th race, the Fleet Treat. 8 races today. First post time at Del Mar, 4 p.m. Pacific. Prairie Meadows gets underway at 4 o'clock as well. First 3 races will be quarter horse races. The last 7 are thoroughbreds. That makes up the 10-race card at Prairie Meadows. And they've got a huge pick 5 jackpot carryover. Stands now at $167,476. $167,476 in the pick 5 jackpot carryover at Prairie Meadows. They also have a super high 5 jackpot carryover of $50,342. First post time at Prairie Meadows, 4 p.m. today. And then we wrap it up with Emerald Downs. Emerald Downs, they have 7 races. And their first post time with a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $11,756. It's set at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. at Emerald Downs. All right, now let's go out to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. So we got to play a little bit of check out the weather every 10 minutes there at Saratoga today, huh?
Yeah, what happened is they actually called for the thunderstorms to come at 10 a.m., then they moved it to 12, and now it's out to 2 p.m. So hopefully it's headed in the wrong direction or in the right direction, away from us.
Well, let's put it this way now. If it just gets a little bit further, maybe they can get the races in before it actually starts raining after the races. You never know. Because that front is moving a lot slower than they thought it would. In any case, the feature race is the Amsterdam, and that's on the main track anyhow at 6.5 furlongs. And the favorite there, Macho Music, 2-1 from the rail. I know that you have to break well from the rail going 6.5 furlongs at Saratoga or risk getting caught in a pocket, don't you?
Yeah, there is a late scratch in there, Ralph. Number 8, Uncaged, is coming out. And actually, this was the first of my 2 radio plays. I really like the number 3 horse in here, Smokin' Wicked. This is a 3-year-old colt from the Dallas Stewart barn. Brian Hernandez comes in to ride. And if you read between the lines, this horse's only bad races are his route races. Sprinting, he's really good. And he's listed at 6-1 on the morning line. And actually, that is my top pick and my first of my 2 radio plays for today, Friday.
All right. So your pick at Saratoga today comes in the stakes race, the Amsterdam, and that is number 3, Smokin' Wicked. The 3, Smokin' Wicked, Brian Hernandez aboard, 6-1 on the morning line. The 3 in the 9th race is your play there at Saratoga. Before we get to your play at Del Mar, oh boy, I mean, it was like favorites galore yesterday at Del Mar.
It's either or, it's unbelievable. Either the bombs keep dropping and the results make no sense, or they give you a card full of chalk. And we got the chalk last night. Last Friday, if you remember, opening day, the inside was not the place to be. Today they have a later post. I know people think it has something to do with the tide and maybe later in the afternoon, so pay attention. You should figure things out early. By the way, for all us East Coasters, Friday's not a fun day at Del Mar. Last race goes off, I believe, at 10:40 or 10:50 tonight, so we got a long day ahead of us, Ralph.
So, in other words, you're watching the late double at Del Mar in bed.
Exactly.
All right.
It becomes a long day. It really does.
I got to tell you, we're on the West Coast, okay? And, here on the West Coast, we have to start early because of the time. So we start early here anyhow. And it even gets late for us when it gets to the first post time at 4 o'clock at Del Mar, because we're looking ahead to a big weekend, want to get started on the handicapping and all that stuff. So, but nevertheless, it looks like an interesting card today, though, at Del Mar. It does really look interesting.
It does, and they have a lot of full fields, and that's good, and some tough competitive races. I don't think you'll see the chalk fest that you had yesterday, that's for sure. By the way, the only thing worse than 4 o'clock at Del Mar, if you remember the old Friday nights at Hollywood Park, when they would start 10 p.m. Eastern, and they weren't over till like 2 in the morning. So, it could always be worse. Look at it like that.
It was 7 o'clock first post time in the Pacific time zone. So, in any case, but... Del Mar, people are down there vacationing, and I guess on the weekend, you get to go out to the beach or whatever, maybe play a round of golf before you have to go out to the races. So I can understand why they go at 4 o'clock. And because of the daylight savings time there, because they don't have any lights, they got to get the races in before sunset. But usually the sun isn't setting until around 8 o'clock right now, isn't it? Pacific time.
Yeah, something like that. And they probably are also giving people an opportunity that are driving down from the LA area, because Friday there's got to be a ton of traffic. So it gives them a little extra time to get.
Yeah, if they want to go down for the weekend racing at Del Mar puts a 4 o'clock post on Friday so they can get 3 days of racing in instead of just 2.
Exactly.
And all I can say is I was not shocked, but I was kind of surprised to see the first race yesterday, not only the highest price payoff of the day at $11.20, but the first win of the year for trainer Jerry Hollendorfer.
I was shocked. I was really shocked when I heard that. I just guess he doesn't have many horses running at this time. I know he spent some time at Oaklawn, but I would have thought that he had a couple of winners. He used to win 4 races a day at up north. So this is kind of... probably upsetting for him, to tell you the truth.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think he, a lot of people in the world, and certainly in this country, have never really survived after the COVID situation. Jerry Hollendorfer, in a similar way, has never really, returned to the prominence he was after he was banned from the tracks that the Stronach people owned.
And no one really has a legitimate answer why, to be honest with you. They kind of made him the scapegoat, but it's amazing how they don't remember. He actually kept Northern California in business for many years, because if he didn't have all those horses running, I know he owned a big piece of them or part of them, whatever, but he kept Northern California in business. And then just to turn around and blacklist them the way they did, horrible thing.
Yeah, and you're right. The thing is, we'll never know, because there was a settlement made and nobody said anything, and was I guess there was a clause there that said they couldn't talk about it. But in any case, Jerry Hollendorfer, and what a great guy he is too. He's a heck of a horseman. He's a nice guy. He treats his people well. He's always good with the media, etc. And so I'm glad to see he got his first win, and certainly that was his first win at Del Mar, though, since November of 2022. Wow. Let's hope it breaks open a good streak for him. In any case, we go back to Del Mar today. We'll take a quick look at the Fleet Treat and then get your pick for today. And unless it's in the Fleet Treat, how do you see it?
No, it's not in the flea treat, Ralph. I think Joy is really just in top form now. This horse has gotten really good. Kentasormo for Aggie Ordonez, 5-2 on the morning line, but deservedly so. The interesting horse in there is going to be the shipper for Mike Stidham, coming in from Delaware. They had a California bred running at Delaware. That's not too often. That's not too common. I don't think you could find many more of those. But Stidham does a terrific job, and he's shipping this horse in, I guess, for the ship and win. And the truth of the matter is, he's Calbred, so why not run in the race? And those are the two horses. And they look
would
to be better than
would
the
you
rest.
please give the listeners the name of the horse?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was the that would have helped. Drink
Yes.
this cup.
Drink this cup. Okay, and he gets the services of Juan Hernandez too. So
Yeah.
they must have gave him a thought or two. I like a couple of long shots in this race, maybe not to win, but to hit the board and make an exotic happen. That would be the number 2 Hurricane Layla, which is 15-1 on the morning line, and Lady Mendelssohn, which is 12-1 on the morning line. I think they have enough happening with them that they can get into the exotics, the exacta and trifecta. All right, we'll take your pick now.
Okay, let's look at race number 2, a mile on the turf. And I like the number 1 horse in here, Agency. Mike Smith aboard for trainer Mark Glatt. Mike Smith got his first win of the meet yesterday. He's breaking from the inside, and he's going to get to either control the race or work out a good trip in here. He's got enough speed to stay close. Again, stretching out 5-1 in the morning line. I like number 1 Agency to win today's second race out at Del Mar.
Second race at Del Mar, the start of the early pick 4, and the second race in the early pick 5. The number 1 Agency, the one in the second race at Del Mar, Jonathan Hardoon's pick on the Race Day show for the Race Day listeners. And yeah, Mike Smith, and he was involved in an inquiry. He got banged around pretty well in that race that he won with Sir Rocket yesterday, but he came off the pace and won anyhow on the turf.
Yeah, and they were blinking that for a while, but no change, so
Good.
whatever.
It shouldn't have been changed. I
agree.
think he got the worst of it, to tell you the truth,
So do I.
rather than never. So in any case, you got full sheets, though, for Saratoga early today and for Del Mar late today, right?
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe. Be well. We'll talk tomorrow.
We'll talk to you on Dandy Day tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you got it, my man. We're going to take our break. Horses are training on the tracks around the country this morning, and we'll be right back with Rich Eng. Don't go away.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risks their lives and they're struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
We don't make stuff up here.
I would only play the Pirates team total going under.
What the hell happened to Minnesota's pitching? This total is really crashed without plumbing the lineup.
I think this number's too high, but they're laying me the 6.
Oh, I know.
Caitlin Clark drives handle on the WNBA.
Never mind all these Mickey Mouse other stations. We are giving you hands-on information.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas, and of course we're getting into that part of the year where we're now starting to think about football and sports by the book. That's the show you got to watch, folks. During the football season, that's the only show you should watch. They're really on top of all of that. And believe it or not, the Hall of Fame game, the NFL Hall of Fame game, happens on Thursday, July 31st. So we're already tipping right into the preseason action. and then, of course, the NFL season. So don't forget, put that on your calendar. Sports by the book right here from the South Point Studios. All right, time to go to Rich Hang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
And aren't you excited about the football season right around the corner? You did a great job for us last year.
Oh, absolutely. College football, professional football with the NFL. Cannot wait, Ralph. And I've been just doing my research right now during training camp, trying to figure out who improved themselves, who's going to be overrated, who's going to be underrated. And with the colleges, with the NIL money and the kids transferring left and right, the key will be to figure out who landed where and which teams are going to be stockpiled with talent. And some teams have lost a lot of talent. So there's a lot of work to be done.
Richie, I know that you stated for college football and professional football, but with the way things are going in college, that is professional football now, too.
Some of these kids, Ralph, they have stayed in college because they can make more money playing college football than if they went into the NFL draft. I think one of the examples is the quarterback from Georgia last year, Carson Beck. He had a chance to go into the draft. He did have a shoulder injury, which he had surgery on, but he ended up transferring to Miami of Florida, and reportedly his pay is somewhere between $4 and $5 million this year. That's more than he would get in the NFL as a rookie contract.
Guess you might really don't need that college education if you're going to make that kind of money. All you need is a good college graduate agent for that, I guess. In any case, Del Mar was a lot of favorites yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, when John was going over the stats with you yesterday, he said favorites were at 31%, and I had the same reaction you did. That seemed kind of high. It seemed like the favorites were winning at a lower percentage than 31. But after yesterday, Ralph, it's going to be back to 33 real fast.
Yeah, they made up for it, that's for sure. But today it looks like a good competitive card, and I know that you have a full sheet of handicapping for Del Mar right at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. And what are we doing today for a pick?
Let's go to the opener, which is at 4 o'clock Pacific time, Ralph, and we'll continue what should be a long day of horse racing for folks on both coasts. Del Mar, first race, 6 furlongs, claiming 32. Let's go for a ship and win horse, Ralph. Number 7, Protege, 4-1 for Sam Walensky. This trainer was kind of unknown, and he came out to Del Mar the last, I don't know if it was 2 years, but definitely last year. And he actually won some interesting races with ship and win horses. He used Edwin Maldonado. This horse is extremely live. The number 7, Protege, Ralph, ship and win in the first race.
All right, first race, 4 p.m. You got time, folks, in the first race, 4 p.m. And you like number 7, Protege, the 7 in the first race at Del Mar, 4 p.m. first post. That's the ship and win horse, too, as well. And don't forget, folks, he has a full sheet of handicapping right now at Del Mar and the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Thanks a lot, Richie. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right. We just got news in that Delaware Park has canceled all the races today because of the weather, which is the heat there. So there is no racing today at Delaware Park. All righty. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Friday as we continue to watch the weather at Saratoga to see how the racing conditions and the racetrack will be under, what conditions they'll be for the racing today at Saratoga. I won't have to worry about that at Del Mar because it's going to be sunny and bright and beautiful there, and with the post time at 4 p.m., should be no problem. And we now go out to John Lindo standing by in Southern California. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, my man. A lot of favorites yesterday at Del Mar.
Well, they say it evens out, right? After a confusing Sunday, it got very chalky yesterday, and we'll see what the racing gods bring us today.
John, I know that, Jerry Hollendorfer got a major setback in his career with the being banned at the races that Stronach owned several years ago. But it even kind of, I was even taken aback that yesterday's first race was the first win for Jerry of the year.
First one of the year, first one at Del Mar since November of 2022. So it's been a long time. And unfortunately, Jerry was under the weather, couldn't be at the track yesterday, but I was really glad to see him get a win, see his name up there. He's kind of the guy that took the brunt of everything when they had all those problems back in 2018 at Santa Anita. And, they had the settlement on a lawsuit he had. So it's a non-disclosure agreement. We'll never know what the agreement is, but I know he's still not participating at Santa Anita.
Well, I could tell you from a player's standpoint, and certainly not knowing all of the elements that went into that settlement, et cetera, on face value, we know a couple of things. One, Jerry Hollendorfer was one of the trainers that really treated his horses well all the time. He would never run a horse if he thought the horse would do anything but run to his ability. That's number one. And number two, you can't just make him the scapegoat for that period of time when we had a lot of breakdowns, et cetera. One trainer is not responsible for stuff like that, and I don't think it was justified.
I'm with you. I don't think so either. It was basically changed the message, I think, and somebody took the fall, and it was Jerry Hollendorfer, and it's a shame. He's a terrific horseman, and he's a guy, too, that the racetracks had to love because he runs his horses. When they're ready to go, they run. So, we could have used that the last few years in Southern California.
No kidding. And I do want to make mention of the fact that his wife was a strategic part of that operation on his stable, too. She really helped him out.
Janet's an outstanding horsewoman.
Yeah.
She was terrific, and that was their life, to the barn every day and everything else, and that's all they did. So that really had an impact on what they had to do as far as their life and their goals.
Now, you said that they had a settlement, obviously, that had a clause in there where they couldn't talk about it, or I guess maybe admit any guilt or whatever, et cetera. But will he be able to then start horses and run back at like Santa Anita and the tracks that they own?
No, he is not racing at any of the first owned racetracks. So right now in California, he can run at Los Alamitos and he runs at Del Mar, and that's about it. And I think you'll see some of the horses that he has. I think he turned some of them over to John Sadler. That's a good friend of his, and Sadler will run some of that barn for those owners that want to participate at Santa Anita.
So I guess then if Jerry wants to stay in the business, because I know he was kind of thinking about retiring or very much cutting back, that he'll probably send horses if he still wants to stay in the business when the racing operation comes back to Oaklawn Park, because he had a string there. He had some horses there at Oaklawn last year, right? Or this year, I should say.
He did, yeah. But Dan Ward was his assistant back then. Dan's gone on his own, so I don't know if he would be able to set something up again. I know he had horses at Thistledown in Ohio. I think that's originally where he's from. So I don't know. At this point, I don't think he has that many horses, Ralph. I think he's basically semi-retired at this point.
All right, John, you're going to be with us on a brief situation this weekend. You're with us today. I think you're going to be with us tomorrow, but you won't be with us on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, I'm doing some traveling. So, I'll be on a plane on Sunday morning when we're doing the show. So I'll send you a play on Sunday.
But the Lindo report will continue uninterrupted throughout the weekend as well, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've got the Del Mar today for the 4 o'clock post. I'll do the late pick 5 at Saratoga tomorrow, plus Del Mar, and then Del Mar only on Sunday. Limited schedule because I'm on the road.
All right. You got it, John. Interesting card today at Del Mar. What about that Fleet Treat? Looks pretty wide open to me.
Yeah, this is a good gambling card. So especially the back half of this card and that Fleet Treat, like you say, it goes through Almond Joy, who cuts back. I mean, if you watch her last race in the Mel Air, she had no chance to win after that start.
No.
And she just kept coming on and got the money. She cuts back to a sprint, but she's already shown she can sprint, and she looks like a different filly now that they've moved her to the dirt.
Is she an offspring of the horse Am?
Yes, she is. Yes, and he was grass, so this is kind of unusual.
And we all know that Am had one distinction for sure.
What is that?
He beat American Pharoah at Del Mar.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That horse, he was the one that beat him before he broke his mane and went on to win the Triple Crown, obviously. Almond Joy is the 3 horse in the race, so that's the one you think they got to get around.
She's the one to beat. She'll be coming from off the pace, and like John Hardoon said, the filly coming in from Delaware is quick. Drink this cup, and she'll be in front as far as they let her go.
Okay, John, let's get a winner officially for the Race Day show off of the Lindo Report. Remember, the Lindo Report will be uninterrupted here all weekend long for the Del Mar races, all the races, the suggested late pick 4, all the goodie information, etc. Comprehensive Lindo Report available right now here today and throughout the weekend, free of charge, exclusively at the South Point Racebook here in Las Vegas, the only place in Las Vegas because they love horse players here. John, pick.
Third race today at Del Mar. First-time starter in this maiden 50 for 2-year-olds. Number 7, Coastal Fire, has worked well in the morning in team drills. And I think with 9 works coming into this race, I don't think you have to worry about fitness. By a sire that gets a lot of early speed, it's named Straight Fire. I think she's well spotted here. This doesn't look like a difficult group, and post number 7 is a good spot for a 2-year-old right in the middle of the field. 6-1 on the morning line, number 7, Coastal Fire, race number 3, Del Mar.
All right. Well, I've got a horse in the first race from Richie. I got a horse in the second race from Hardoon, and I got a horse in the third race from you. That means a Siraco pick 3. The pick 3 starting in the first race will be numbers 7, and then the 1 in the second, and your 7 in the third. So it's 7, 1, 7, early pick 3 starting in the first race, and the 7 is your pick in the third race there at Del Mar. Lindo Report available right here, right now. At the South Point Racebook. Thanks a lot, John. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good luck today.
Okay, you got
it.
Now we're going to go to Jerry Jacovitz standing by, who is studying away there at his desk. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph.
Jerry, yesterday was one of those examples where you have often said that a key horse, when he gets beat by a link-up, sometimes it's better for the payoff, and it was yesterday. The link-up the link-up paid $18 at Saratoga. The dollar exacta came back 41. The 50-cent trifecta, $147. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that said, how much of a big bankroll do I need to do the reverses? And if it's a $2 play, I think to do the key in the first and second holes to the link-ups, as far as the trifecta would concern, and this is a $2 trifecta, it would cost $24. So in reality, the 50-cent one would cost only, what, $6?
Yeah.
That's for that's for the 50-cent version.
Yeah, but, the other thing is, you're looking at the game, and you have to, you just have to look at that race and say, Chad Brown is 8-1. I mean, you could go a whole summer and not see any horse of his at 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, it was a fairly easy. I just threw some extra money at it. I didn't even, I didn't even think twice. I didn't really expect him to beat me, but you never know. It's horse racing. You always give horses a chance.
as my mentor used to say, Richie Schwartz used to say, they put him in the gate, they got to have some chance.
as long as they come out of the gate. But what I wanted...
like I said, you never know anything in horse racing until it's actually happened.
Right. But what I wanted to suggest is...
Until it's official, actually. So I'm just saying it was just a beautiful play because, they just were saying Chad Brown at 8-1, and I'm gonna get a piece of that.
Yep. Let's get a piece of some more. We got a minute to do 2 races.
No, easy peasy. Let's go to the 4th at Saratoga. I've got I'm Solo in Love.
Okay.
Pratt gets on this horse. That was one of the things, and the horse improved at Saratoga. 7-2 seems pretty reasonable. I'll take the 6 over the 4-5-7, reverse 4-5-7 over the 6, but the 6 in the 4th race, I'm Solo in Love.
All right, 4th race, 6 over 4-5-7 and reverse. 6 is the key in the 4th at Saratoga. Del Mar.
As long as I evoke Schwartz, we might as well go to Schwartzmeyer in the 4th at Del Mar. Your play is getting fuller. I love the 1 horse, undefeated on the turf and very relaxed on the turf compared to dirt. I love the 1 over the 2-4-7-8, reverse 2-4-7-8 back over the 1. I could just play the 1 as a simple win bet and be happy as Clint.
All right. In the 4th race, you like the 1, Schwartzmeister, the 1 over 2-4-7-8 in reverse. That's in the 4th race. You guys did give me 4 horses in the first 4 races, so I can go single, 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 all in the early pick 5, and it'll cost me a total of $4.50 for the 50-cent pick 5. Doing the 50-cent pick 5 with 7, with 1, with 7, with 1, with all. Let's make that a Siraco.
The Race Day Las Vegas pick 5. There it is.
We'll make that a Race Day Las Vegas pick 5. Good enough. Your Jerry J's Power Pages for Del Mar, Saratoga, available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. And I guess we can wrap up this Friday show, and you have one more thing to say, and you're going to say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.